Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into some seriously eye-opening insights from Sam Self-Farley, the founder of The Growth Collective. We're going to completely deconstruct exactly why those generic, perfectly packaged side hustle lists you see literally everywhere, well, why they totally fail, especially if you're a mom trying to build something flexible in the messy margins of your daily life. Get ready, because we are looking way past the quick fixes and trending buzzwords to help you uncover a real business strategy that actually works for you. Let's jump right in.
You know that feeling. It's 3 a.m. on a Sunday night, the house is dead silent, and you're just lying there staring at the ceiling, second-guessing every single business decision you've ever made. Your brain is just spinning. Honestly, if you've been there, you are absolutely not alone. It's such a relatable reality for pretty much anyone trying to build something from scratch. But here's the crucial takeaway right up front. That 3 a.m. anxiety, that sinking, heavy feeling in your chest, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong, and it definitely doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means you care deeply about what you're creating. However, as our source material points out, it can also be a massive red flag signaling that you're missing a really important piece of the puzzle.
All right, part one, the 3 a.m. business spiral, and exactly why generic lists fail.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue we run into. You type something like low-cost online business for moms into a search engine. You download a list of 47 trending ideas, and then you immediately feel completely paralyzed. Why? Because these generic lists totally ignore your actual reality. They demand constant, relentless hustle, and they're built entirely around whatever happens to be trending on social media today. But the mom reality? Well, you're navigating incredibly limited time, unpredictable nap trap schedules, and constantly shifting daily energy. Forcing a one-size-fits-all list onto the insanely demanding season of motherhood is inevitably going to crash and burn. Or worse, you try one out, it fails, and you just go searching for yet another list. The right path doesn't start with a trend, it starts with you.
Moving on to part two, monetizing your existing skills, starting with what you already know.
Okay, let's dive into this because it's a real game changer. Instead of trying to learn a brand new trending industry entirely from scratch while also running a household, your existing background actually maps directly to a digital strategy. It's like finding a shortcut that saves you so much precious time. If you're a service-based professional, like say a graphic designer or a teacher, your strategy isn't starting over. It's simply building an audience around that specific expertise and eventually turning that deep knowledge into a course or a workshop. Are you deep into a corporate career? You already possess highly specialized knowledge, like leadership frameworks or productivity systems, that someone just 2 steps behind you would absolutely pay to learn. I mean, even if you have a skill completely unrelated to a traditional day job, say you're a killer skateboarder, there's a highly engaged audience out there for exactly that. The inherent skill you already take for granted, that's your business foundation.
Section 3, building a core audience, the essential foundation for all of this. So before you can launch a course or sell a service, you have to focus on building an audience. But of course, the second we even mention the word audience, this very common, paralyzing fear rears its head. Do I need a big audience before I can monetize my skills online? This fear of needing millions of followers before you can even begin to see a return, it stops so many incredibly talented people dead in their tracks. It feels like an impossible mountain to climb, right? But let's clear up this misconception right now based on our source data.
No way! You absolutely do not need a massive following. What you actually need is a core audience. That's a small, engaged group of real people who actually know and trust you. This is radically different from, running some anonymous page that just spam posts affiliate links to headphones, crossing your fingers that a random stranger clicks. Real engagement with a small group of the right people will always, without fail, outperform a massive anonymous following. Whether you're selling a service or a digital product, it has to be built around real human connection. That's not just a technicality to check off a list, that's literally the entire business model.
Part 4. Shiny objects versus real pivots. Knowing exactly when to change things up.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down what happens when things get tough. When a strategy doesn't yield immediate results, it's absolutely crucial to distinguish between 2 very different reactions. First, we've got shiny object syndrome. This urge is usually triggered by sheer impatience or by comparing your messy behind the scenes to someone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. Abandoning a project after just 2 weeks because someone else's strategy suddenly looks way easier or shinier, yeah, that's a shiny object problem. On the flip side, we have a genuine pivot. A true pivot is triggered by hard evidence and actual data. If you've given a strategy real time and genuine effort and it's simply not connecting, well, that's incredibly valuable data. And it means it's time to responsibly pivot. Recognizing the difference between impatient comparison and data-driven iteration, that is the secret to staying in the game.
And finally, Part 5. The true power of community in finding your path. If you're sitting there right now with a downloaded list of 47 ideas and you still feel like you have absolutely no direction, I want you to remember this. Your lack of direction is not a you problem. Actually, scratch that. It's a missing piece problem. To finally replace those broken generic lists, you really need 3 things. First, clarity on what you uniquely bring to the table. Second, a realistic plan that respects your constraints as a mother, building around your life rather than just running over it. And third, a supportive community to help you think it all through. You don't have to magically figure this out in total isolation. According to Sam Sal-Farley, surrounding yourself with the right people is the true catalyst. It's the thing that ultimately helps you find your unique path rather than just forcing you down someone else's.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with one provocative question to chew on. What is the skill you take for granted that someone else desperately needs right now? Stop looking outward at all those fleeting trends and start looking inward at the massive value you already possess. The sweet spot between what you know inside and out and what others are genuinely struggling with, that is exactly where your true path begins. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this framework empowers you to ditch the generic advice once and for all and start building something amazing around your true self. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you on the next one.